Alrighty, and welcome back to Community Crossroads. I am now joined by our musical performer, Buddy Vargas. Buddy, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So you are going to perform for us in just a little bit, but before you do, talk to me a little bit about how you got into music and what kind of jump-started your music career.
Well, I've been in the music biz for a long time, since about 94, 95. I used to perform with a gentleman named Bobby Pulido. And,
no way.
Yeah, for many years. I started as a roadie with him, doing all this sound and lights and stuff. And then I did that for about 3 or 4 years. Then I did a stint with him in the band for about 6 years probably or so. And then I was like, I just need to get out and do my own thing, because I loved country music ever since I was a kid. I grew up in Kansas City and moved to Texas and when I was 11. And the country music just kind of hit me harder than anything else. And I just stuck with that, writing songs, and I want to do my own thing and get out there. And so it's been a bit, but.
Yeah, so talk to me about your writing process. What goes into that? How do you start that?
It's a funny thing because sometimes it'll hit you when you're ready to fall asleep, and my hours are weird. I'll go to bed at 3 or 4 in the morning, musician's hours. And sometimes you got to stay up to write the song, you got to put the work into it, and when it comes to you, the motivation is there, because it doesn't always happen. I mean, some people probably can write songs real easily, but for me it doesn't happen that way. And especially if somebody says, hey, can you write me a song about this? Nah, it usually doesn't happen that way.
So you kind of feel like you have to have your own personal experience to kind of write the song? Is that what really reflects your music?
Yeah, because those are the songs that people can relate to, the ones that are real, and so it's kind of, for me anyway, it's hard for me to just kind of make something up out of the blue, and follow what I'm thinking at the time.
Right. And so how would you describe your sound? Do you think it's mostly sticking just country? Is that really your base?
Yeah, I consider myself like Texas country artist, Texas music in the vein of Rodney Foster, Randy Rogers, William Beckman, that kind of, the Texas country scene. And it's really cool scene, to be honest. Unlike the new Nashville stuff,
Gotcha.
I can't get into that,
And that's totally fair.
But and I understand all that stuff. It progresses. I love 90s country, right? And a lot of my shows are 90s country covers, and everything progresses. I understand that, but the Texas music scene is, I think, its own individual thing.
Yeah. So one thing that we were just talking about off camera was that you travel a lot throughout the city of Texas, from shows to shows. You told me you were like in Corpus on Wednesday, and then you came back from El Paso. How is that schedule like? What is that? How do you maneuver your life that way?
Well, it's the beauty of being my own boss, is that I can make my own schedule, so I don't have to miss birthdays or holidays and stuff like that with the family if I don't want to. But the travel, like I said, okay, we're talking about being in Corpus and driving all the way out to Van Horn, Texas, for 3 nights or so, and I like it. I like the travel, but I also like being home with the kids and the wife, and just so sometimes if I'm home too long, I'm like, man, I miss the road. And sometimes when we're on the road too long, I miss being at home, so it's a funny thing, but.
Yeah, and so this next song that you're going to perform for us, tell me a little bit about that before we get into it.
Sure, it's a song called Texas Girl, and it's about all those college girls that, a lot of colleges, I should say, that are in the state of Texas, the big 3. I get a lot of flack for this, you got your gig 'em, you got your hook 'em, and you got your get your guns up. And I got the idea to write this song when I was in Lubbock, Texas, and walking into a burger joint at 2 in the morning after a show.
As musicians do.
Yes, I wasn't just being crazy. And I didn't realize how close that Whataburger, could I say Whataburger?
Yeah, of course.
was to the University of Texas Tech over there. It was on 19th and Q. And I rounded the corner to open the doors, and a whole bunch of kids beat me to the door, and they were all yelling, "Get your guns up!" I turned around, I thought I was getting robbed. I didn't know what was going on. Turns out there was this young lady wearing a bright red shirt, and on the front of that shirt it said Recom Tech, and on the back it said, "Get your guns up." Gave me the idea to write this song called Texas Girl, and incorporate the slogans of the big 3 campuses in the state. And hopefully people enjoy this song.
I'm excited to hear it.
Thank you.
Well, Bud, thank you so much for talking to us today, and we're going to get ready to hear him perform up next.
A Texas girl is what I need.